Hey tribe, Dawna here from Transformational Healing, and today I want to talk to you about cord cutting and why I think it is basically never a good idea to just cut cords between yourself and someone else or yourself and a situation. But let's talk about why, because that's really important. So, when you cut a cord, you're cutting that on many different levels. You're physically cutting the cord between yourself and that other person. You are mentally and emotionally and memory wise cutting that cord between you and someone else. And you're also doing that on an energetic level. So, my biggest problem is the energetic level. Think about the fact that you're attached and your energy is attached to that other person. And if you're just going to randomly cut the energetic exchange between the two of you, you are now leaving an open, dangling, energetic cord for anything else to attach itself to you. So think about that before you decide to cut cords. And then working on the mental and emotional level and talking about the memories of those situations. So say you want to cut the cords between yourself and an ex-boyfriend or an ex-girlfriend, something like that, because there was a bad situation and you just don't want to deal with that anymore. When you're cutting a cord, you're also cutting out all of the memories of that situation that you're cutting the cord to. So, if you are in a relationship and you're cutting out all of the good parts, the bad parts, and everything else, and all of the memories you have with that person. So, say you learned a lot of things about relationships and how to handle relationships in a better way, and that's why you are no longer with that person. Well, if you're going to cut the cord between you and cut them and the memory of them out of your life, you're now also cutting out everything that you learned. And now you're going to have to relearn all of that again. And you're probably going to have a very similar relationship come into your life. And you're not going to remember all of those things that you learned from the first time because you cut it out. You took it away from your energy and your memory and your emotions. And when it comes to cutting the cord from a situation, a trauma, an event in your life, I highly suggest that you actually do your shadow work, that you do that hard, emotional work to look at what this situation has taught you, why you reacted the ways you did, what you had learned from the situation, how you grew from this situation, and make sure that you fully handled all of that before you may cut a cord, or even you won't need to cut the cord at all. Because if you're going to cut that memory and that trauma out of your life, because that's your intention, video on intentions up over here, if that's your intention to cut that trauma out of your life, you're gonna have to learn that catalyst again. You're gonna have to learn it again, and usually when you avoid learning it the first time, when it comes back, it's even harder to learn. When you go through the steps the first time and you learn all of those things, when that situation comes up again, it's easier to learn it the second time around. But if you cut all of that out of your life by cutting a cord and cutting all memory to that situation, you're cutting out all of the strength and all of the things that you got from that situation out of your life as well. And that, to me, totally not worth it. Now, instead of cutting cords, do your shadow work. Do that deep, hard work that nobody wants to do. It really, truly helps you to grow. It helps you to realize that you would not be the person that you are today if you did not experience all of those catalysts and all of those traumas and all of those wonderful memories that you have. Without all of the people that were in your life in the past, whether you want them to be in your life anymore is a completely different situation. I'm not saying to keep negative people in your life. I'm just saying to think twice before doing a cord cutting and cutting out all of those things that you learned from those people that were in your life. You learned a lot, and you deserve to keep the strengths and the abilities and all of the wonderful things that you got from those situations. Even if they were traumatic, there are huge things that they did for you. And I highly suggest to do the shadow work, and when you're ready, don't just energetically cut that cord. Work with someone, work with a healer. And what I do is I extract those energetic cords, because you don't want to walk around with things weighing on you. You don't want to walk around with random stuff attached to you because you cut cords. Or some people say, well, I cauterized it, nothing can attach itself to it. Well, now you're walking around with all these icky long things on you weighing you down. Why do you want that in your energy field? Why do you want those things still there? It's better to extract them tediously and pulling out every little bit of that attachment or energetic attachment that is there little by little, and to work with a healer to help you to do that. So I know, a little bit of a soapbox here, but really I advise that you think twice before cutting cords. And if you want to know more about energy healing and intention and working through all of that shadow work stuff, you should definitely check out these videos over here. Many blessings, tribe, and we'll see you real soon.